What was it like to beat the Broncos?
Man, it felt really good, especially with everything that we're trying to accomplish here and that being a step and a statement that we needed to make as a team. But on a personal level, I was extremely happy. I can relate that win to almost like a Christmas feeling for the first time of a child feeling like Christmas Day. So it was an exciting win for me.
Yeah, and look, you did, for people who don't remember, like, you did all the right things off the football field when you were with the Broncos. You're their Walter Payton Man of the Year award winner going back to 2013. You signed a 4-year deal as a free agent in 14. So you missed, you missed the Super Bowl.
Right.
What's that like to take me back? What's that like to watch your former team? You signed with the undrafted free agent at college, but you became a star for them. What's that like to watch them win a Super Bowl?
Man, it was tough. I had a bunch of mixed emotions, not being there and seeing some of my old teammates and old coaches there. But, at the end of the day, I found it so hard to root for them, but I still couldn't go against them. So, I was happy that a couple of my ex-teammates got a chance to get a ring, especially Danny Trevathan, being that he was a Kentucky Wildcat, and a guy in Von Miller who, he came in as a rookie under my wing that I took under my wing. So it was exciting to see some of those guys win.
But it feels even better to beat their ass, right? Like, that's even better to beat them.
Man, that was a greater feeling, I tell you that.
Okay, so when you first got to Tennessee, you walk into Nashville, and it's like first day of training camp, and like, this is a bad football team. Had the number 1 overall pick, number 2 pick in Marcus Mariota. What was the culture like in comparison to the one you left in Denver?
Well, the one in Denver, to be honest with you, it was my first few years in Denver. We didn't have the best record, even though we finished 8-8 2 seasons, but we didn't make the playoffs until my 4th year there. So coming here, I knew that we were going to have to work hard to try to change things around, and that's something that I'm not afraid of. I went to school at Kentucky, and we weren't winning anything there, and I helped change the program around. So when I came here, that was something that I expressed to Coach Wiz. I'm not afraid of hard work. I'm not afraid of being hands-on and trying to turn things around. So just getting here, man, and getting guys, myself, Casey, guys like Rack, just trying to change the mentality of everybody around here. And Coach Malarkey, man, I tell you what, I would like to have seen how it would have been if he was my head coach for 3 years, man. He's done a great job this year of just changing our mentality and, making it be a physical mindset every time you step on the football field. And you have to have that mindset in order if you want to be successful in the NFL.
All right, so that's all good, but you guys start out 1-3, and there had to be a here we go again, right? Plus, you lost your first 2 home games. And, like, look, in Nashville, like, you guys, I know Predators are relatively big, but there's nothing as big as football. And, like, here we go again, 1-3. Was there something that changed because, like, you go out and beat the Dolphins, and all of a sudden the football team seemed fairly different? What had to change when you guys were 1-3?
Man, I think the thing is when you want to change the culture, you have to stay true to whatever it is that you're preaching and whatever it is that you want to accomplish. So, those first 4 games didn't go the way we wanted them to, but we were doing everything right, everything the way we wanted to do. We were doing good. We had chances to win, but we weren't a team. We weren't that team that knew how to win those close games, and that's something throughout the year we've learned how to do. We've learned how to stay in the games in fourth quarters and pull off those wins. Those first 2 years, every chance we had, we were in the game going into the fourth, but come midway in the fourth, it was a blowout. So, it's just the culture change, man. And like I said, you have to have guys that buy in and that preach to the younger guys that, this is the way we're going to continue to do things. Even though it's not going the way we want them to at 1-3, we got to continue to stay the course and continue to fight. And, at the end of the year, we need to put ourselves in a situation that we have some significant football being played in November and December.
Wesley Woodyard joining us from the Tennessee Titans. Doug Gottlieb Show, CBS Sports Radio, the first place Tennessee Titans. Let's be honest. I watched the Chicago game. They dropped a couple balls in the end zone. Otherwise, all right, like that was crazy. It was crazy. Barkley played really well, and they had 3 or 4 drops in the end zone.
Yes, they did. We got lucky that game. It was just sometimes the ball bounces your way, and that was one of those games that the ball bounced our way, or I should say bounced out of the Chicago players' chest and hands. So we got lucky, but that goes back to what I was saying. We have to give our chance to be able to win in the fourth quarter, and we have to learn how to put teams away, and that was something that we didn't do for Chicago. We didn't put them away. We gave them a chance to get back in that game.
All right, I'm going to play for everybody else the sound. I'll play for everybody else the sound of Aqib Talib. You were there, so you know. But Chris Harris, one of their defensive backs, was covering Harry Douglas on a run play, I believe, and Harry Douglas tried to cut him, and neither was really involved in the play. Coach Malarkey's come out and said, hey, that's within the rules. Everybody said that's within the rules. All right, first thing is, you've been in this league a long time. Is that a dirty play?
No, it's not. It's within the rules. You know, if you turn on our film of our offensive plays, and you'll see that play over and over again. Harry's doing the same block. And, you know, you got to watch film. Harry's a guy, he's not taking a play off, and he's not going to show anybody any kind of love just because you're an established player in the NFL. And that's why he's been playing 9 years in the league.
Well, okay, but let me offer you that. Okay, I know it's within the rules, but, like, neither are involved in the play. So isn't there the kind of the gentleman's agreement, like, hey, man, just don't move, and I'm not going to cut you. But if you move, I got to cut you. That's the kind of the deal. Like, isn't there kind of that thing that goes on?
No, and that's surprising. Surprisingly, that's what's surprising about it. It's never that kind of agreement, especially from a guy like, you know, Chris Harris. He's an undrafted guy. You got to go out there every play and play full speed because you never know what somebody's going to do. When players relax and you know take a play off, that's when players get hurt. And as you see, one guy's doing his job and the other guy is you know thinking this guy's going to give him a break.
Right, and to be candid, like, Harry probably wouldn't still be in the league unless he made himself valuable, right? It's like the backup point guard, like the Matthew Dellavedovas when he's with Cleveland. Like, he's got to dive on the floor. Harry's got to make that block. Otherwise, you get cut, right? That's his job.
Exactly. And nothing against Harry. You know, Harry has been a dominant receiver, you know, throughout his career in Atlanta. You know, he was behind two great receivers in Roddy White and Julio Jones. But Harry's a competitor, man. So, you know, I'm not going to complain about that. But I will say this. I think they should, I think they should take the cut blocking out of the NFL, you know, out of the football period.
Okay, so Harry Douglas, legit, like, there are a lot of guys that are studio gangsters that'll say a lot of stuff that you don't concern yourself for. But when Aqib Talib says something, you pay a little bit more. Like, here's a guy who shot himself. He shot himself in the offseason.
I'm not paying any attention to that crap, man. It's funny. We were joking the whole game. I was calling them Cheddar Bob and everything. So, you know, man, it's funny. You know, these so-called tough guys and gangsters, man. You know, nobody in the NFL they're not gangsters. They're not tough guys. We all went to college. We all have our degrees. And at the end of the day, we strap on our pads the same way, and we're professionals on the football field.